People are so amazed by the fact that every snowflake is different. But nobody cares that every potato is unique.
How would it feel if all rocks on the earth were of the same size and shape? Finally, my username is relevant. Mom says I'm a special potato. Or that you can boil them, mash them, or put them in a stew.
The other day, someone said, Newton's rolling over in his grave in response to a basic physics mistake. But if Newton heard someone suggest his corpse could move without an external force acting upon it, he would roll over in his grave.
From the notes of Sir Isaac Newton. My first law of motion is as follows. An object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Addendum. And unless some dumbass says something stupid about my laws. So then Newton would roll over in his grave again because his rolling over made no sense from a physics perspective. He'd do this ad infinitum. Pack it up, boys. We just discovered a source of infinite energy. And for bonus points, he'd roll over even more in his grave because we broke the laws of thermodynamics. So we'd have even more energy. Mandatory gold explosion edit. Nikola Tesla is also probably rolling over in his grave at this idea. But rather out of sheer joy. Let's go hook him up to the power grid too. Is my loving embrace an external force? Odd thing is, if his corpse did move, Newton would probably not be surprised. All the stuff we denizens of posterity know him for, physics, calculus, were like footnotes to Newton. What he was really into was the occult.
If racehorses could comprehend that victory meant a lifetime of leisure and sex, they'd probably run even faster.
Wait, how do I sign up to be a horse? Pay to have your horse watch the Triple Crown winner have sex with like 10 fine-ass lady horses. That should do the trick. You'd think that, but then it means the same thing for us, and you don't see me getting off the couch anytime soon. And that losing meant Glue Factory.
If everyone on Earth died simultaneously, the internet would be comprised entirely of bots posting, liking, and upvoting each other.
All the bots sending each other links with paywall sites to see more of each other. Other bots furiously using stolen credit card from data breaches to try and get through. So Reddit would remain unchanged. Your assertion is very funny. Have an upvote, fellow human. Bye-bye to a sense of humor too. Those annoying joke analyzer bots perpetually dissect each other's jokes to infinity.
In one generation we went from, watch your mouth around grandma. She's from a different time, too. Don't mind all the stuff grandma says. She's from a different time.
40 years from now, won't grandma? Nobody says savage anymore. Once was playing Super Smash Bros. With my brothers. We were yelling at each other and trash talking. My grandma walks in and walks away with a semi-disgusted look on her face as she says, such violent video games these days. My grandma never said anything racist in the slightest. But she did smack me for saying, that sucks. Get your elbows off the table is now, get off your phone. Edit. Drinking and spelling doesn't it work well?
If you won the award of the first man to break 2 world records, that would make it 3 awards. And you win the award of first man to break 3 records. Now you have infinite awards.
If there was an award for never winning an award, no one could win it. I think this is the kind of shower thinking this sub is about. If you apply this for a category of individuals such as first child to break 2 world records, first woman to break 2 world records, first sports person, first flight attendant, and so on, you could have a huge number of individuals with infinite awards. Brilliant. Then shouldn't there be a record for the first ever world record, and that person would therefore be the first person to have 2 world records, and so on? Edit. Never mind. I'm overthinking it. Have an upvote.
It's entirely possible that two random people on the internet have had a friendly conversation on one forum and later an aggressive, hateful conversation on another forum, without ever knowing of their previous wholesome interaction.
This has happened to me, but the other way around. Met a guy in Destiny 2 and asked him if he could join our team for an activity on Mars. After sending him the message, I saw we'd conversed before. He said 9/11 was her fault. We both found it hilarious. Or real life for that matter. Two strangers have a pleasant conversation in real life and later on at some point get into a fight. Online. Fulfilled. Just left you a nice comment on the drawing you submitted earlier, but this shower thought blows. I've probably done this on Reddit and the username is the same. I don't really pay attention to usernames.
Bob's Burgers would also be an appropriate title for SpongeBob SquarePants.
Who cares about their burgers? The pizza is the pizza for you and me. Burger of the day, Krabby Patty. SpongeBob SquarePants would not be an appropriate title for Bob's Burgers. They aren't SpongeBob's Burgers, though. They are Mr. Krabs' Burgers.
Condoms are made by automated assembly lines, meaning robots are literally helping to prevent human reproduction.
The first step to conquer the world. The Terminator has been renamed to the Preventer. I always think the shower thoughts I see in new are stupid as shit, but damn, this is that perfect kind of stupid. I'm glad I saw it here first. Is this what Kyle Reese told Sarah Connor so she would let him smash? Smooth AF.
The movie industry considers you to be an adult when you're 17 to see a rated R movie. But they conveniently lower that age to 13 when they are deciding who pays adult ticket prices.
Airlines consider you an adult on your second birthday. In America, drinking age is 21. Voting age is 18. R-rated movie age start at 17. Age of consent in most states is 16. Adult ticket prices start at 13. The movie industry would be happy to let a 13-year-old buy a full-price ticket and watch an R-rated movie. It's the MPAA that sets the 17-year-old for R-rated movies rule. Remember when PG-13 was used on a PG movie that was edgier instead of on an R-rated movie that was watered down to sell more tickets?
The fact that we can't fully control our own organs and bodily functions is like we don't have admin privileges of our own bodies.
Which is probably for the best. I know I'd end up bricking myself in minutes. Would be constantly high on hormones or STH. Imagine trying to make your heart beat and having full control over that. We wouldn't last 5 minutes, haha. The human body runs on iOS. You can tell it where to go or what to do. But the creator doesn't trust you to not fuck up the inner workings.
J.K. Rowling changing aspects of Harry Potter 22 years after it was written is the equivalent of coming up with a good comeback a few hours after the argument's already finished.
Well, the jerk store called. They're running out of you. Laying in bed that night after the argument. Replaying it in your head. I know what I should have said. I should have told him he was gay. Out of curiosity, what did she change? Is this Lucasitis? Lucas syndrome. God. Just rewrite a new story. Let your thing be the thing.
There is nothing better than realizing, right after you wake up, that you won't have to face repercussions for the terrible choices you made in your dream.
On the other hand, it sucks when you dream that something really cool happens and then you wake up and realize that it didn't really happen. Yes. If you have anxiety dreams a lot, then it's such a relief. You wake up and it's like, oh yeah? Actually none of that matters or even happened. Sometimes if you become self-aware during the dream itself, it's great too. You can just dismiss everything instantly. It generally goes like this. Greater than have a bad dream about an ongoing real-life event. It can be an exam, deadline, etc., not involving death or any physical harm. Greater than waking up relieved after realizing that it was just a dream. Greater than become more attentive and take that dream as a caution. Greater than still procrastinate until the deadline and that dream becomes a reality. Greater than feel bad for oneself about how you could have avoided this. Unless you wake up after a night of heavy drinking and realize that all the terrible stuff you got up to last night was real.